During the Buddha's time, there was a Brahmin in Rajagaha by the name of Vangisa, who, by simply tapping on the skull of a dead person, could tell whether that person was reborn in the world of the Devas, human beings, or in one of the 4 lower hell realms. The Brahmins took Vangisa to many villages, and people flocked to him and paid them 10, 20, or 100 pieces to find out from him where their various dead relatives were reborn. On one occasion, Vangisa and his party came to a place not far from the Jetavana monastery. Seeing the multitude of people going in and out to see the Buddha, the Brahmins invited them to come see Vangisa, who could tell where their relatives had been reborn. But the Buddha's disciples said to them, "Our teacher is one without rival. He is the rightfully self-awakened one. He is the supreme Buddha. No one can compare to him." The Brahmins took that statement as a challenge and took Vangisa along with them to the Jetavana monastery to compete with the Buddha. The Buddha, knowing their intention, instructed the bhikkhus to bring the skulls of a person reborn in Niraya, hell, of a person reborn in the animal world, of a person reborn in the human world, of a person reborn in the Deva world, and also of an Arahant. The 5 were then placed in a row. When Vangisa was shown those skulls, he could tell where the owners of the first 4 skulls were reborn, but he was at a loss when he came to the skull of the Arahant.
Vangisa, do you not know? I do know where the owner of that skull is.
Vangisa then asked the Buddha to let him have the magical incantation, mantra, by which he could thus know. But the Buddha told him that the mantra could only be given to a bhikkhu. Vangisa then told the Brahmins to wait outside the monastery while he was being taught the mantra. Thus, Vangisa became a bhikkhu, and as a bhikkhu, he was instructed by the Buddha to contemplate the 32 constituents of the body. Vangisa diligently contemplated with wisdom, as instructed by the Buddha, and attained arahantship within a short time. When the Brahmins who were waiting outside the monastery came to ask Vangisa whether he had acquired the mantra, Vangisa said,
It would be best for you all to leave. I can no longer go with you.
For monks, proclaiming to have a level of enlightenment or abilities that one does not have is a grave and serious offense. Other bhikkhus hearing him thought he was telling lies, so they went to the Buddha and said, "Venerable Sir, Vangisa is falsely claiming to have attained arahantship."
Bhikkhus, my son Vangisa now truly knows the death and rebirth of beings. Him I call a Brahmin, worthy of reverence and admiration, who knows the death and rebirth of beings in every detail, who is detached, who follows the right path, and knows the 4 noble truths. Him I call a Brahmin, worthy of reverence and admiration, whose destination the Devas, spiritual beings and men do not know, who has eradicated moral intoxicants and is an Arahant.
Later, the Buddha declared Vangisa Thera as the foremost bhikkhu in extemporizing, or preeminent and ready expression. What did you learn from this story? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed the video. Click like if you did, and click subscribe if you want to see our uploads. And consider making a donation to support our Buddhist animation project.